following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of
We
speech
are
First Amendment protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn
You know what?
anti-corporate talk.
Just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. No, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STEM radio fam, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. Hey, Winfrey, you a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is. But if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
STIM Radio. The shit that irks me. The shit that irks me.
Welcome to the STEM Radio Show, where the man's nose hairs are much longer than his balls hairs that don't exist any longer. Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the grand introduction.
Yeah, I thought of something on the fly on that
I
one.
heard you laughing, so I figured there was something over there you're brewing. Yes, my nose hairs are longer than my ball hairs. It's probably true. You know, I just can't get these fucking nose hairs. You know, I got a nose hair trimmer, and, you know, I try to clean it, but it still runs slow, and it pulls, and it's a pain in the ass, man. So maybe I should just get them waxed again like I did last time. Maybe be better, you know? So anyway, well... here, my first bitch is fucking security. You know, just any kind of security. Just like, all right, at work, you know, I get every piece of spam imaginable about growing your own business, growing your dick, you know, growing your weed, whatever. But then the shit I need doesn't get to me. And as a matter of fact, I had somebody last week that was like, oh, you didn't get my email? And I'm like, no. Or somebody will tell me it bounced back. So then I got to put it in a trouble ticket to have their email address what's called whitelisted.
Right.
So then that way it doesn't, you know, get dumped or whatever. Well, now when something's whitelisted, I've had work-related shit go into my junk mail. So there was like an event thing, and, you know, usually it's done on the last Wednesday of the month or the fourth Wednesday of the month. So I emailed her. I said, what, we're not doing this event this month or something? And she writes back, and she's like, no. She's like, I sent you an email. Don't tell me you didn't get it. So then I checked my junk mail, and I'm like, oh, fuck, there it is. So, yeah, these spam filters that supposedly, you know, trying to keep you safe. It's like all the shit, you know, that you need. They only filter out the shit you need. You know, the bullshit, they get right through. You know, I get everything. Agua Las Vegas or whatever it's called. What's the other one? I get a million things from LVB&M a day. Storage fucking West. What's the other one? Cadillac, Finley Cadillac. Get all this shit, you know, just all these stupid, you know, spammy emails. It's like, God damn, why do I have to get this shit? But yet then the good stuff, you know, the stuff I need doesn't get to me. And I'm like, okay, so now I got to put in trouble tickets every time somebody's fucking shit bounces back or whatever. But, you know, that's not the only thing. But, like, security gates. You know what I'm saying? Like the gate at my complex. Or, you know, like this morning, here it was, I'm on paratransit and we go to pick up this lady or whatever. Pull up to her gate, and the driver's getting the third fucking degree from the gate guard. And the guy's like, can I see your
gate guard?
Yeah, there's a guy there.
Okay, yeah, when they get those shacks, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he comes out and he's like, how are you, ma'am? Who are you coming to pick up? And she's like, she said the woman's name. And he's like, he's writing down the number.
Did he pat her down?
Shit, he might as well. He asked for her driver's license.
Wow.
She actually had to pull out her driver's license.
Actually, I've been to them. I've been up to those ones where you have to show you're not allowed in unless you're on a list, and then they see your license to know that's who you are on the list. You can't even get into the complex.
What a fucking pain in the ass.
But these are very high-end establishments, though, too, like complexes that are well high into the...
like the Jimby complexes?
Yeah, the very high end, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, for me, if I was paying good money, I'd want my guests to be able to come and not feel harassed or, abused or anything, And it just seems like it really, it just puts a lot of shit, not only on that, but on the person too, because now you have to remember to call the gate every time.
Right.
Oh, I've got a guest coming, and so there's all this shit you got to do, to supposedly keep the neighborhood safe,
Right.
So I would never live in one of those. I don't, that's just not my thing.
Well, I mean, it just depends on what you're looking at or what you want, I mean, if you want total security or you just, want minimum or you don't want any.
Well, or now at my complex, the other day I had a driver pull up and some dumb bitch drives up and yells the code to her, which is the code for like the gardeners and, those kind of guys, the maintenance guys. And, most of the residents, I guess, know it and just punch it in, and that's what they use. So, of course, probably because she wanted to get in the gate.
Right.
And when the driver got in, she was like, some lady was yelling a code at me. I didn't listen to her. I dialed your phone code. I'm like, good. You don't listen to these fucking people. But, I mean, it's like this person probably lives in the complex, and they're yelling the codes to people, and then they can't understand why their fucking,
Right.
condo gets burglarized later. God damn it, somebody broke in my house. Maybe because you're yelling the fucking codes to people? Is that possible? And they'll do it, like, across the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so, I don't know. That's why I always want them to use the phone code.
Right.
I hate that when people just sneak
Shout.
in.
Well, yeah, it's kind of weird. I've seen people that have went up to these security places. The reason the security guard and stuff's there is, or the security codes and stuff, is because to keep people that shouldn't be there out.
Well, yeah.
So you don't have somebody inside just yelling numbers out when they don't even know who the hell it is.
Well, that's it. Or they're just because they want to get in the gate. That's the only thing. Like a resident wants to hurry up and get in the gate because you pull up behind the person's dialing a phone code or something. So you get mad. Although if I've got a card, like on, in my case, I think it was last night, as a matter of fact, when I was coming home.
Right.
And we're behind this other person who pulled up to the gate, and they didn't have a code, and they're just kind of sitting there. And I'm like thinking, I told the driver, I was like, why don't you just tell that person to move out of the way, and we'll open the gate for them, and then they can get in behind us. How about that? If that's what they want to do.
Right.
But, yeah, you got dumbasses. And I think some people really think it might even be a little SMJ, like when they do it for my paratransit drivers.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm letting his bus in. I'm helping out. And it's like, really, you're doing more harm than good because we don't know who I mean.
Well, see, and that's it. It's... it can go both ways. I mean, because there are people that are trying to get in legitimately. Maybe they don't have the code, and they're supposed to be in there. They can't, So in one day and age, it used to be cool to, to say, hey, you look kind of decent. Here's the number. Here's how to get in.
Right.
But nowadays, you just don't know.
Well, that's it. And I think, personally, it was safer in my complex before we had security gates. We never had break-ins and shit until, all of a sudden now they put the security gates in. Now people are like thinking there's something in there.
Right.
Ooh, they've got a security gate. Maybe those people in there got money. Let's try to get in there and break into a few of those places. Plus those people at the White Trash Weekly Pay, they want to get in. Those are the two bad moves that were made over in my complex. Building that White Trash Weekly Pay, and secondly, putting in the fucking security gates. Because I'm telling you, we've never, back when they were apartments and we had no gates and people could come and go as they pleased, everything was fine.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they put the gate in, and
it's all crazy.
Yeah. Now there's bullshit, and two, we don't have. That's the only way out of the complex is that one stupid fucking gate.
Right.
So if you drive to the back gate, there's a gate there, but guess what? It's chained shut. which is stupid. It's like, well, why even have a gate? Why don't you just put a wall up there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at one time this gate could open, but we put a chain on the motherfucker so that way it wouldn't open anymore. So, or just, how about this? Put in those spikes, so people can just drive over those.
Right.
So this way people can only go out. Ooh, Charlie Jucklebuck. What a concept.
Charlie Jucklebuckle.
So, yeah, everybody has these, stupid, or like we were talking about sometimes, like, when you pay for extra things on your cards, and it's like shit that'll only fuck you up.
Right.
Like you'll go use your card and all of a sudden your card gets shut off. We saw suspicious activity on the bitch. That was me buying groceries.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not allowed to buy groceries. Well, it's kind of weird because if they most people I know, or at least people I've been around, when we went out to do shopping, you did it all in one day. You just, because you want to get it out and over with. So you would, if you had to go to like a Walmart, or you had to go to a grocery store, or even the Walmart grocery store, whatever. If you had to get food, go get some supplies, blah, 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 and you went to a couple of different places, that's what you did for the day.
Yeah.
You would go out, you would hit 3 or 4 different stores, find some sales. Now, if you use your card more than twice or 3 times in an hour, they shut it off because it's suspicious activity.
Right. And it's like, no, I was just going doing errands.
Yeah, trying to get stuff done. And we've been there because there's times when we went out to eat too, because it would be like, okay, you're out doing your errands, now you're hungry, so you go to like a Wendy's or whatever, and now that counts as one of your uses. So now you went to Walmart, you got a couple supplies, maybe you want to go to Target too and get some other supplies because they were on sale cheaper there, and then get something to eat and hit another place to get, whatever. And you have to choose what you want to do within those 3 fucking swipes before you can't use your card anymore.
Right. You're like, uh-oh, anymore. And
I'd like to eat, but I need toilet paper.
Right. So I guess I won't eat. I'll just buy the toilet paper. Otherwise, they're going to cut my card off.
Yeah.
It's in a way, like I said, it's good in some ways, like what happened to me a few weeks ago when my card got stolen, and they were on it, and I love it, and everything. But even now, I still get these weird fucking calls from my bank that say, we've sent you a new card. We recently noticed there was so you start thinking it's something new.
Right.
Like, did something else happen? Is there something else? Is it new? But it's just, them giving me reminders
of what happened.
Even today, I called my bank, just to check my balance and everything. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, they're like, "One moment, please. We all noticed recently that there was suspicious activity on your account." And I'm like, "Oh, no, not fucking again." And then they're like,
"Oh, crap. Here we go. Got to change the card."
Well, the key wording there, I guess, is if you haven't done so, please activate your card. And you're just like, I activated this motherfucker when I first got it. It should show I've activated it, so stay off my dick. Quit reminding me to do something I've already done. But that's what it is, the done-for-you technology.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like even when I was posting on, what was it, yesterday, when I was trying to put the description in on YouTube for the video, for the show from last night. It's like cutting out letters and putting in different shit, and I'm just like, why the fuck, I know what, or the same thing with you when you're downloading like tracks for the shows and stuff like that, music, it wants to rename them, and it's like, look, I know what I'm doing. I'm not fucking stupid. I know they made you to think I'm stupid. Now they got technology programmed that humans are stupider than it.
Right.
So
for the most part, it's pretty much true.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, and I wonder, with that thing with the Facebook and, where it's cutting out letters and it's making it look like like I'm an illiterate.
Well, it's been doing with mine, too. I start something up and I'm typing.
Yeah.
It could be the keyboard. I don't know because, I don't know how great. And I'm trying to type it, maybe not hitting it as hard as I should or something. But I'm hitting it and I'm thinking, I know I'm touching these letters. So I'm not really sometimes looking back up at it, or if it's a big, long thing, I'm not going to notice every one that may be missing. And I send it out and I'm going back and looking going, oh, fuck.
Well,
having to edit it.
And I'm wondering, because I see it and it's all written like a fucking
like you're an illiterate dumbass.
Yeah, and I'm going, what the fuck? Who? It's cutting out. If you mit last night's show, I'm like, why are you cutting letters out? And there's only 2 possibilities to this, and one is with Jaws, it gets confused when it sees commercials and pop-ups.
Right.
So maybe it's bouncing me out of the box, or maybe it's stop, like making it so I don't type, or well, I don't know what the fuck goes on there, but it's just,
I don't know. They're just changing a lot with everything. I mean, Facebook's changing. Everything's just, everything is becoming too,
stupid friendly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Facebook used to be a fun thing to go do. Now it's
Right.
like you got to watch what you say, you got to watch what you do, you got to watch who you talk to, you got to watch what you're printing, you got to watch what you're typing.
Which reminds me,
Can't change. You got to keep a real name. You can't have a yeah. That's what you're gonna get on.
That reminds me of something. So you all might wonder why I'm going by Maxwell Thomas Silverhammer. Well, what was it? When I got back from Amargosa, which I'll tell you guys about later, on Sunday, I go into my Facebook and I'm getting ready to log in, and it asks for my it already has my email in the box,
Right.
which is kind of funny. So then it wants my password. So I put in my password, and then it says, "Welcome to Facebook. We want to know if your real name is Maxwell Silverhammer." And I'm like, oh, fuck. Here they're going to play this goddamn stupid game.
Well, don't tell anybody. But is it?
Actually, it isn't.
It's not.
But you know
But
what?
now when you put Thomas in, it is. That's
Yeah.
your real name.
Well, see, this shows you how stupid these fucks are. So it says, "Is this your real name?" Blah, blah, blah. And it said, "If so, click yes." So then I click yes. And they're like, "We may ask you for supporting documentation that is your real name."
Supporting. That
Yeah.
just goes to show you something's fucked up somewhere.
Well-
Supporting documentation to be on a fucking social network.
Right, exactly. It's only a social network. It's just like something that teenagers get on and fucking, you know.
That's what it is. It's a social networking. Everybody gets on, yaks, bitches about stuff, loves stuff, what
Yeah.
they don't like, about their girlfriend, how much they drank, what they shit, what they eat.
Right. That's just
Who
what
they
it is.
don't like.
It's not like it's a government website. Well, it kind of is, I
Wait a
guess.
minute. Well, yeah, it actually, the net neutrality is taking care of that for the internet. I mean, it's all pretty much, it's just being policed like radio stations used to be now.
Yeah. All of a sudden, they want to know if that's your real name. So then I put in, it said, "Please type your full name here." So that's why I put Maxwell, and it said middle name optional. And I'm like, oh, no, fuck you. I'm giving you a middle name. So my middle initial happens to be T.
Right.
So I just put in Thomas. And then last
Thomas
name
the Train.
Silverhammer. So now I'm Maxwell Thomas Silverhammer.
When I first saw that come up, I thought, what the fuck is that? Then I thought it was someone else creating a page, with you and putting in
like spamming?
Yeah, like trying to create a page, like a fan page, and put, because they had to do it different because they couldn't be the exact same as yours.
Right.
And then I went and clicked on it, looked, I thought, wait a minute, no, that's his page. What the fuck is wrong with him? And I thought, oh, I remember now.
Yeah, that's why I put that thing about my middle name's Thomas. Fuck you, globalist fucks, or something like that. Because, really, if I want to call myself Dickface, don't
You
I
can't
have
do
the
that
right
anymore.
to do that?
Well, wait till the emails go that way. You can't. You have to use you have to be labeled. You can only use your name. They'll erase all emails, start all over again.
Hey.
It can only be your name. You can't make up, hot booby girl at fucking yahoo.com or whatever you want.
Jesus. Well, and you wonder, too, I mean, obviously, that's a pretty good theory that obviously, they just want to track people and stay in their business and all that. But I think there's a little deeply rooted psychology there.
You think?
With these fucks, yeah. I think what happened, these are people who were ass raped as a child.
Oh, here we go.
By their drunk father.
Here we go. I was waiting for you to come up with something really fucking deep here, and you come up with that.
It is deep, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, because, and I know it sounds crazy and really off the wall, but I mean, they were probably, abused. They probably have an alcoholic dad who was a Corporanicon too, who was just a very, pissed off.
Or an unloving mother.
Unloving
maybe,
mother.
Maybe not, nurturing or something.
Right. Or, yeah, abusive. I think there was a lot of abuse somewhere. And basically, but
they're taking it out on the world now because of what happened to them as children, you're saying?
Yes, exactly. So, my scenario is that, he's got a drunk Corporate Jim Jr. Has an alcoholic father who is a Corporanicon as well, and nothing's ever good enough for his dad. He's one of these, you need to do better, but he's not a redneck type. He's a Corporanicon type.
Okay.
And he drinks a lot because he's not happy with himself. And, he takes it out on his family. He beats his wife. He fucks his children.
No, you can't say that, remember?
Oh, I'm just explaining how it
fucks
works.
his children's minds up.
Yeah, there we go.
There we
There's
go.
some more bullshit. Fuck.
Welcome to the new world.
Order, that is.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new
Whatever
world.
it is,
Can
I don't even know anymore, to be honest with you.
Can I take your order in the new world order? But, no, he's abusive to his children. Let's just put it that way. And so I'm just explaining how it really is. I'm not glorifying child rape.
Well,
or
no,
anything.
I understand that.
But so then, this guy grows, and of course, and don't forget he gets the shit kicked out of him at school because he's probably a little rich trust fund baby,
Or just not well with other people, doesn't doesn't know how to interact.
Well, that too. That's the other thing. It doesn't know how to interact, and then all of a sudden, he goes to college, joins a frat, and he paid enough money, so obviously they're being nice to him. But then he repeats the cycle. Then he grows up and starts making everybody else's life shitty because he's like, oh, I used to lay in bed in fear of my father. Now people lay in bed in fear of me.
Well, yeah. Come on. We all know that's happened. Look at Hitler. Hitler was the same way. Hitler was abused as a child.
Yep.
All that stuff, and look what happened. He came to a huge dictatorship and killed a genocide with a lot of people.
Yep. Well,
started a fucking war.
See, so everybody's got a drunk father.
Just off of him, having a shitty kidhood.
Well, there you go.
I ain't gonna tell you where I go. I'm gonna take a real big put me ovens.
That's it. So then, he grows up a hateful fuck and basically shits on everybody. And, that's because, like I said, there's got to be something more. There's got to be a psychology, as to why, you don't just wake up and go, I want to make money. I mean, yeah, that money can change you and make you, that's part of it. But I think there's a like a revenge factor in there.
Because,
somewhere.
money can change people. Money can change people for the better or the worse.
Right.
So that would lead you to believe that maybe it's not so much the money, it is more of a mental thing that happened to him. So you're probably on the right track.
See? Hey, and your stream account's still going, right?
Yeah, so far.
All right. He got ass raped by his drunk father.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we'll be right back, bitches.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass. With such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking Buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? you gonna pay for that? How you gonna pay for that? How you gonna pay for that? You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me. We got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system.
Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund, we have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We
speech
are
First Amendment protected
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STEM radio show with the man that will be the sole survivor, besides another man, to repopulate the world, Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh, yeah, bitches. By the way, I got to... Wow, this is bad. I was going to say, I got to give a plug to my handyman.
Yeah, after that introduction, you probably should have started with that.
Yeah, fuck, man. That was... Yes, I got to give a plug to my handyman, Warren, who you guys have heard on the show before, Warren Peck. Done Right Handyman. who's actually out here in Las Vegas. So if you're in Vegas and need a handyman, call 702-628-3352. Real good guy, man. And here's the deal. I had a situation with my air conditioner. Like, remember last week I told you I didn't sleep well? I think it was like Tuesday night.
And I saw you post something too.
Yeah,
Facebook.
It was really hot and corporate in my house
Right.
a few nights ago, and it was when it had been really hot and corporate during the day. So I get home and it's like 78 in my house or some shit. So I turn on the air and I'm kind of in there. And I'm like, well, I wonder if it's cooling down. So I check the thermostat, still at 78, still at 7 fucking 8, and I'm like, okay. So I'm saying, well, it must have been really hot in here. Finally, it's been like 30 minutes, an hour, still at 78. I'm like, okay, something's fucking weird. So this is going on, for a while. And finally, I just said, fuck it, and just shut it off and open the windows, because by then it would be cool. And matter of fact, it cooled off when I opened the windows.
Right.
So then Sunday, I get back to my house, and it's really hot in corporate, because remember that day was like 88 degrees or 89 or some bullshit.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to turn on the air. Let's see. Because I had G Motors come over and change the filters. So I thought, well, maybe that was the problem, which it did need changing.
The other problem was that you brought G Motors over to change the filters.
Oh, here we go.
Had to get him. S Motors, I know you're probably listening, so I'm waiting for the.
But G Motors did say the filter was fucking dirty. So
I'm sure.
And he said the last time we changed it was like November or something.
I mean, we didn't have a hard winter, so there's been a lot of dust. Look at some of the dust storms and stuff we've had, so I'm sure it was filled full of shit.
Oh, it was. He was telling me, he was like, yeah, this needs to be changed, man. So anyway, I thought it was the filter. So I said, let's give it a shot here. So it's Sunday. Turn it on. It was 79 when I got home. Air's running for a little bit. Then I checked the thermostat. It's now 80. I'm like, okay, it shouldn't be going up. What the fuck is going on? Then it was 81, 82. And, I got those leather chairs in my computer room. And at one point, I was like peeling myself off of it. I was like, oh, God, because I'm sweating and fucking, it was just bad. So that's when I called Warren and I said, hey, man, I might need you to come out and look at my air conditioner. So he's like, all right, when are you available? I said, tomorrow, which was yesterday. And so he's like, all right, I'll come on by and we'll see what's going on. So he does, and sure enough, he sees that it's not cooling down.
Right.
So he goes, all right, I'm going to go up there. He goes, hope to hell your compressor's running. And I was like, yeah, me too. Because, every time that happens, the heating or air conditioning breaks or something, I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I know it's an old unit.
Right.
And I know it's only a matter of time, And so he goes up there, and he comes down. And he goes, oh, you just need Freon. And I'm like, oh, thank God. So he goes up there, trucks his fucking huge can of Freon. That thing's heavy. He let me hold it for a second. I'm like, Jesus.
What, the can of Freon?
Yeah, it was fucking huge, man. Where are you going first? I know where the fuck you're going, motherfucker.
Yeah. You started tap dancing right into it, too.
You gotta start doing that on purpose. So, yeah, he let me hold the can of Freon first, and it's a heavy son of a bitch. So he goes up there, and yeah, while he's up there, it starts to cool off all of a sudden. I feel cool air blowing out of the vents. I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, this is great. So anyway, yes, he fixed my air, and all it cost me was $65 and a can of squirt. Yeah? Oh, I'm just going to let you go ahead and have that one.
Yeah. You're doing a great job to yourself tonight. I don't have to even do it.
So, anyway, it's cool. His prices are really cool. He'll work within your budget, kind of like All Talk does.
Right.
And
good guy. I mean, I've met him before. He's the one that came into All Talk a long time ago, right?
I wouldn't suggest he do... Well,
he's not a radio guy.
Well, it's just funny because he talks his ass off when he's not,
But once again, he's not a radio guy.
No, he's not a radio guy. Which goes to show
Video, whatever we're doing here.
Well, which goes to show you, though, just because somebody can talk doesn't necessarily make them a radio host.
Well, no. I mean, just because someone can go out in public and yak their jaws off doesn't mean that they're perfect for radio or anything like that.
Yeah, because, boy, we brought him in here, and he fucking shut down.
You have to have a personality with it. I mean, you can be, bold and whatever out in public, but if you can't get in front of a microphone or camera or whatever and talk a conversation, and then you're not good for it.
It's not going to work for you. But yeah, anyway, so Done Right Handyman. If you're in Vegas, you need a handyman.
It'll be done right.
It will be done right. So he fixes plumbing, electric, painting, doors, whatever the fuck you need done.
He's the one that brought his wife in, right?
Yeah, that was
nice
him.
lady. They're a nice couple.
Yeah, they're
nice
cool.
couple.
They're cool people. So 702-628-3352 is Warren. Let him know you heard it on The Shit That Irks Me, and or STIM Radio, whatever. And yeah, he'll take care of you. So I went to Armagosa with my brother and his girlfriend.
Wait a minute. Try that again.
Armagosa. So you think. So yeah, we it was kind of funny too because we had planned this. It was going to be me, my brother, and his girlfriend.
Right.
So, which by the way, I really like my brother's new girlfriend. Well,
he actually has one.
Yeah, he's got a girlfriend.
So did he meet her on an online thing? Or?
Yeah, actually, they met on fucking Match.com. I'm just like, how the fuck do you? But I think you got to be a little socially awkward to survive on those sites. Something's got to be a little up with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like me.
Well, that's funny because that's what you're saying. Your brother met his woman.
Well,
so you're saying he's.
Well, he's a little bit socially awkward.
Okay.
I'll
just put it out there, making sure that's what you're saying.
Making it keeping it 100, as they say.
All right.
And that's where they met. And she's really cool. I mean, I enjoyed hanging out with her.
What does she look like?
Actually, she's tall. She's like 6'5".
Right.
And
okay, everybody out there, you don't need to say, why is he asking a blind man what she looks like?
Oh God.
Because I'm just thought about that. After I said that, I'm probably thinking someone out there that listens to this will go, well, isn't he blind?
Yes, very well, and they're right. But I don't know what color her hair is or eyes or any of that kind of shit.
Right.
But she's tall, got a little meat on her,
Right.
And but she's really cool. I actually hope they work out and they even seem to work well together.
Well, good. You're always happy to see when someone finds somebody good for them and they're happy.
Yeah, you just hope it keeps going.
Yeah, you hope. Yeah, because no matter what, I know a lot of people out there will say, "Oh, people love to hear all that stuff," and there are that do. When the people are fighting and they don't get along. But, I'm rooting for the good people out there that can get together and
fuck yeah, it restores my faith.
Yeah, restores faith in people, right.
Because me, I'm always talking about, there's no good single women, and if you're single and over 30, you're a fucking piece of shit.
And you do see that a lot. So, yeah, and right, that helps restore your faith and say, hey, look, there are good women out there somewhere.
There's someone out there.
Right.
Maybe not for me, but maybe
and if not,
in general.
And maybe for you, but just not right this minute. But it still gives you that hope that that person's there.
Right, exactly. Like, okay, then there are good women. I'm not just crazy and going, because imagine how hopeless it would be to be in a world of, like, if you knew for fact that all women were shitty,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa for the women, that all men were shitty. It would just be kind of a bleak future.
Would be. I mean, I found a good woman. I'd love to choke her, but I found a good woman.
She'd probably love to choke you sometime.
Yeah, we talked about that.
But anyway, no, I really just watching them interact, and she seems like she genuinely is into him, and he's into her. So, man, I hope they work out. So, it's just like, come on, man, keep it going. And hopefully my brother just, he doesn't get too needy or too weird
or maybe there's a lot of people out there. I mean, with mine, she wasn't the type to be for a needy guy, and she wasn't needy. But with us, it matched up. So, as long as it's matching, it doesn't matter if they're too needy or they're not. As long as whatever they need matches.
Well, that's it. As long as the match is occurring.
Right. As long as that stays the way it should, and they could both be needy for one another, and be happy with that.
Well, that's cool. If that's, if that's even the case. I just know that he does tend to be a little needy sometimes. So,
I think we all do at times.
Yeah. I get it myself, where I'm like, hey.
You just need that person, you want to talk to him. You want to be with them. You want to, and especially when it's new.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, they're several months in now. I mean, like I said, it was since November, but I only met her I met her a month ago or so. I think when they came by my house, but actually hanging out with them for a prolonged period of time was pretty cool. I mean, and she likes to shoot guns too. We actually, when we on our way out there, we went out and shot guns.
You shot guns?
Yes. We brought my rifle. That was the funny thing. I was coming down my stairs. He's like, "Hey, man, why don't you bring your shotgun?" So I start laughing.
So she enjoys what he does?
Yeah, she's into what he does. She seems
cool.
to. And here's the other thing. When he gets a little, like I said, he gets a little wild sometimes with some of the conspiracy, with the fucking gas masks and the tuna and all that shit.
Yeah. Hey, Max, you might need this.
So I noticed she kind of backs him off a little bit when he starts going.
So
there.
she
compliments him well.
Yeah, she compliments him well, right? And that's a great partner to have.
Yeah, exactly. Because she doesn't go, "Oh, honey, will you stop?"
She keeps him level. And you know what? And I've always said this and always will. And I'm not demeaning women in any way or male at this point, but it's got to be a balance,
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people will say, people that like, "Whoa, no, man, it's got to be this," and Cruz is one of them probably.
Oh yeah, he'll find something, some hole to poke.
But I would say, and I always do, that a man does need a good woman behind them, the same as a good woman needs a good man.
Yeah, well, it's great when you can get that.
Yeah.
You may not always find it.
No, you may not.
Some people go through life and they never find that person.
Yeah.
But it helps. It's good.
So is that what you want on your tombstone?
Hey, I tried.
I tried,
you bitches.
Yeah, whores.
No, I don't know. Well,
you should have fucked me when I was alive and at the train station.
Hey, you know what it say? You need to get on the train when it's at the station, not when it's 60 cities underground, bitch. So, but no, they seem to work really well together. She's really cool. Matter of fact, she invited me to her son's. I guess it's a communion, some Catholic shit. I don't know. Or it's something that boys go through. I guess it's he's only 6, so I don't know what the fuck they put him through. Some kind of like Catholic. Maybe it's a graduation from like catechism or some bullshit. Anyway, he texted me last night and said she invited me to it, but I got to work Saturday.
Right.
So which is another butt fuck. I'll get into that in a second. But here it is. So I'm out. Like you said, man, I'm trying to change the way I look at things and do things. And
a little bit. I mean, like I said, it's not everything. It's what you should want to feel that needs to be changed within you.
Yeah.
If you want to see a different outcome.
Well, and I've noticed it as I've been more positive. Well, hey, plus Tootsie Toes and I've been talking a little bit more.
Well, right. So that and that has a lot to do with it. I mean, you're not going to feel so damn positive or look for positive things if shit around you is falling the fuck apart.
Right. Yeah. So when you see some positive shit, you run with it. And
you sure as hell don't want somebody on the fucking microphone telling you, "Hey man, you just got to look more positive at things." You want to say, "Shut the fuck up, asshole."
And that's where I was a few months ago.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I was like, "God damn, I don't want to hear this change who I am bullshit."
Well, see, and that's what that's why I said, I understood where you were coming from. I've been there.
Oh yeah, you just didn't want to hear it, but I noticed, like I said, and Tootsie Toes know I have been talking more. We talked Friday and we talked Sunday, so I was like, wow, fuck, nigga. But so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, getting out and doing things, I guess, is where I was going with this.
Right.
So, but we had a good time. And there were no ghosts. I just want to say this, okay? We did not witness any paranormal activity. I brought my digital recorder. We got no EVPs. I mean, there's one part where there's some breathing on there, but I think it was one of them yawning. So I don't. I don't.
But then again, it's not like it's. It's not like it's a show for everybody. So people go out there and if it's just truly something supernatural, it's not like they'll be here.
Well, the place is definitely
pick up rocks and throw them, slam doors. It's not. They're on cue for everybody to show the fuck up.
Right, like, hey, we got guests. Everybody, places.
Okay, here we go. Casper, the fuck over there.
All right, now you rattle the chains, and then when I turn on this tape recorder, with the sounds. Then I want you to bang on doors, okay?
You sound like a wussy. Give it more. Boo. You sound like a. That's it, Tom.
There you go. All right, now you, Jim, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
Bang on the fucking doors. Come on.
It's going to be one to bang on the doors.
So, we go out, we shotguns for a little bit in the desert. Then we went to the hotel, checked in, and the hotel's really old. Everything around there is just fucking old.
Yeah, I've heard. I have never been there.
It's got that creepy.
Remember, we were supposed to. Is that the one we were supposed to go to? Wasn't it? With
the 3G team.
With the 3G team, yeah.
But it never materialized. No pun intended.
Man, you're full of puns tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, they're good ones. But so that never happened. But we were just the oldness of everything. Right. When you start looking at shit and there's things that are closed down. Like old garages with a bunch of like junk in them that you look or or
So
storage
they got
rooms.
like trunks out there with junk in them.
Yeah,
They got
exactly.
Junk in their trunks.
And there's certain places they don't even want you to go. I know we went through this gate, and this guy came out and he was
Like I said, they didn't have the projector set up for the hauntings.
Hey, guys, not now, okay? If you want to go on the tour,
Yeah.
it's an extra $50.
The projector's down, Tom. Don't let him in.
Yeah, because this guy came. As soon as we walked through the gate, this guy came up. He's like, "Excuse me, guys, can you please go back? It's just not safe over there." And we're like, "Okay." And then we went into the laundry room. You know, there's a kitchen we could go into.
Right.
And then we walked into the laundry room, and some cleaning lady came in. She was like, "Hey, guys, you're going to get me in trouble if you're in here. You can't be in here." And we're just like, "Fuck."
Right.
So they do kind of ride your dick a little bit and like make you not go into so, which kind of sucks because you should have full reign of the place, I would think. You know, if they really want that ghost experience.
Well, keep in mind though too. I mean, and here's where the bad part kicks in. Now think about this. You get these whack jobs out there. You know, you're settled with this. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right, exactly.
You know,
We just want to see.
You know, these people may go into these fucked up areas trying to make shit happen, get fucked up, then they get sued.
Yeah, that's true. Or like people going, "Hey, honey, let's
Yeah.
go fuck on one of the beds in one of the empty
yeah,
rooms." or
yeah,
something.
or you know, and there could be valuables in it that people would take. You just don't know, you know. So
Yeah.
it may have not been just the fact of they were trying to hide anything or something like that. Maybe they've been down that road, they know better this time, and they block it the fuck off.
Maybe so. It was just kind of like, damn, you know, because there was stuff that we
But
really.
for someone like you that wouldn't do anything, you know, you're disappointed with it.
Yeah, we want to explore and we want to go into
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? And we were like looking in windows, and
Right.
you know, there's one that had a busted window. It was like a shack that was near there. Then they had this opera house. Because they
Did you sing while you're there?
Well, actually, we did go attend. There was a ballet.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, they had a ballet, and they said that. Well, they called it an opera.
Who went to that? You and Gary to the ballet, or
You and Jeremy. I think we should go.
I was not there.
It should be a date night for you guys.
Really,
man.
it was for you. It didn't work out so well, did it?
So no, Red Lobster worked better.
Yeah, there you go.
So no, we So I guess they wanted to see the opera, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be gay as fuck. But all right, let's go.
I'm sure it was.
Let's go see this opera. Oh, it was. Yeah. Well, not only was it just lame, you know,
Painfully lame, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, as an opera, but it was lame in the sense of.
I thought it was a ballet. You said.
Well, I mean, whatever the fuck they are. It was that's funny. They called it an opera, but it was in fact just a ballet. And then
Maybe it was an interpretation of a opera through ballet interpretation.
Although we were sitting back there cracking jokes the whole time.
Oh, that's nice of you. All these sophisticated people out there to watch their ballet interpretation of an opera, and you fuck with them.
Yeah, well, we weren't fucking with them, but we were just sitting back there cracking jokes. Like my brother's girlfriend, that's one thing I like about her. She was like, "Gee, what? She had to paint an audience because she had no audience."
Now, did you get to feel how big of tits she had because you couldn't see her? Because isn't that what you guys do? You feel the woman up
yeah.
and down to.
I had a groper. You know, my
you
brother
got a
said, "Groper, man, check her out."
Check her out. You see what I'm dealing with late at night.
But we were back there, you know, cracking jokes the whole time and kind of fucking with it. Not only that, but it was really cheesy. It reminded me of something that Betty Lou Garris would do, honestly.
Oh, the play?
The voice, yeah, just the whole thing. It was like.
So was there singing or what was it?
No, there was dancing. It was like they played
So
music.
just dancing and you heard music. Was it opera music?
No, it was classical music.
So ballet. Pretty much, yeah.
And then in between, there was this old lady who owns the theater, I guess, and she gets up. Well,
yeah,
she,
I heard of her. I know the whole
You know the
bang
story?
dude that went out there, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they play a recording of her, and she's like, "Then when I moved here in 1955,
Yep.
that we did this, and we had the." So she tells the whole story, and then she's like, "Then we did my one rendition of a romantic ballet," and then the ballerina comes out. Oh, and there's this gay guy. This was funny as shit too. There was a.
You mean Gary went up on the stage?
I thought it was you at first, man.
Really? Look, I didn't even put you in there, but I will next time, son of a bitch. I said Gary.
So there was a. I mean, he was pretty flaming, and finally, because okay, and at the end of the
So I
ballet,
heard the friction from your ass was too.
well, you know, my brother and I came up with a. We were inspired.
So wait a minute. It was your brother, you, and her making fun of it?
Yeah, the three of us.
So was a chick actually jumping in and not saying, "Stop,
I'm what's a ballet?"
No, she was rolling.
That's a cool woman.
That's yeah, exactly. And she loved my fucking disgusting humor. You know, even as bad as we got.
Wait a minute. Let me retract that.
Oh no, she is fully in.
Don't you wish you would have met her?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd take her if my brother didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you wish? Why couldn't that have been you, right?
Right, exactly. But at the same time, hey,
you're happy for him, right?
There's something that works good with him and her. So
right.
that's
doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
Yeah, exactly. There may be something about her that if once I'm around her for a little bit, I'd be like,
yeah, I mean, maybe he has a big dick. You can't compete with that.
You're right. You're right. You know, that's why Gary doesn't come around anymore.
You see, I'll be nice. It's because I heard you're much bigger than him and she couldn't handle it. See?
Oh,
I gave you one.
Is that the deal?
That was the deal. That's what
Give
the
me one
rumor
like
was.
you gave Jeremy one? Or?
Oh, you fuck. I just was nice to you, you bastard.
So you were fucking with me earlier, so there, get that back for you. So anyway, we watched the ballet, whatever the fuck it was. But then there was this gay guy that comes out in the end, and he's doing the ballet. It's mainly him and this other chick. And actually,
how do you know he was gay if he wasn't speaking?
Oh, he spoke. He did speak at the end.
So he had the whole flaming thing.
Oh yeah, he was like, "We'd like to thank everybody for coming out to the Amargosa Theater, and we're going to do a little curtain call and sort of talk with you guys." And actually, he was the guy that chased us out of that area where we went through the gate.
He did?
So yeah, because I guess I don't know what the fuck the deal is, but he lives on the premises.
Yeah, a lot of those people actually do.
Yeah, he lives
there.
Because
when Susie, when she used to work out there, she stayed there for the period of time she worked there. You stayed actually at the place.
Oh yeah, he lives there. Him and the ballerina chick, and the ballerina chick's hot. So at one point, people they open it up for questions.
Now ballerina women. That's what you should be looking for. They love their toes massaged. They love.
My brother was talking about that too.
Yeah,
he was like,
their toes are the biggest thing for them.
Yeah, I know. He was like, look, now she's on her toes, and so he was telling me.
I mean, think of the jackum you can get from a foot like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And on that note, we'll be right back, bitches. We'll continue.
Ooh.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year.
How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck, 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 stuck. In your core like I'm stuck, 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 stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money. You can talk to me, you can talk to me, you can talk to me. We got what you need, you can join the team. Build yourself and build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerkman. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good all true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the man behind the mic that burnt his bra in the 70s, Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I was a kid in the 70s. I was little. So anyway, yes. So I was just getting started with these. So we're talking about the gay guy that comes out.
Okay.
And it's funny because I guess he lives with the ballerina chick.
Uh-huh.
You know, and of course,
she's safe.
All the gay guys get the hot chicks.
Not really, because the gay guys always want the woman's boobs.
Oh, like they want to have the boobs?
Yeah, they want the boobs for themselves. They don't want the vagina, because it's ugly to them. Those things are disgustingly ugly.
But they
always
tits.
want the tits. Yeah, they always, because that makes them look feminine.
Wow.
I mean, when I used to go out with my ex, she had big tits.
Right.
All the gay men would always come up and try to grab on them and like, oh, girlfriend, they real, and squeeze them. I wish I had those.
Wow. What is it? Is it because it's attractive to other men?
Well, because it's feminine. They feel feminine then.
Why not have a pussy then?
Because they think they're disgustingly ugly.
That's weird. I think a pussy is very feminine.
Well, they still want the penis because they like penis.
Oh, I see
It's
what you're
just the
saying.
boobs they want. They want, because it's makes them feel like a feminine.
Which is weird. Like the flaming gay guys.
Mhm.
I really don't understand because it's like, okay, if you like men, wouldn't you want to be as manly as possible so that way because you fuck men?
Yeah.
Why act like a chick?
We talked about that one before, remember? We're like, if you're lesbians, why would you want to be the dude
Yeah,
in
the
a
manly
relationship?
one. Exactly. Like,
Why would you want to walk around looking like what you don't want to fuck?
or not only that, or why would you want the manly one?
Yeah,
as a
and
lesbian?
why would you even go that direction in the first place? Because you want women.
Yeah.
So why would you want to take on that?
Like, I got it. You might as well fuck a guy.
Yeah, you might as well. The only thing they're missing is the dick.
Right, exactly. But they do everything else. They belch.
And
they
remember,
scratch
and
their
we talked about they usually take the worst traits from the guy, and that's what they enhance.
Oh yeah, and they really push it.
They push it. Yeah, like they'll treat the woman like she's a piece of shit. Talk down to her. Scratch the balls they don't have.
Oh yeah, and they're
burp, fart, belt. Like you said,
just downright gross women.
Yeah, and then
like nobody wants to hang around.
And they usually always think that for some reason all of us men wear wallets with the chain on it.
And drive trucks.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Love to drive a big fucking truck. Like,
yeah, I've never owned a fucking wallet with a chain on it. Sorry, women. Not many men I know do.
That's it. And it's like, damn, man. And you're right. They're very disrespectful and just.
Yeah, they go overboard with it.
Yeah, too much.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this guy comes out, and at one point, I told my brother, I was like, I should ask him if him and the ballerina are married. Like,
Really?
I should play stupid. Like, are you guys married? Like just a dumb tourist. Like, well, since you said you lived together and worked together, I thought maybe you were married or something.
Try something else. This is really fun too. If you want to make people, like you said, that really dumb question, it's not happening.
Right.
Next time you walk into a place and you hear a cartoon playing, right? Look at them and say, "Hey, is that a true story?" People just stop and look at you.
Does that really happen?
Yeah.
Or you get something like Cops that's on or something. You walk
Right.
in and be like, "Whoa, is this going on for real? Are we watching live? Like, is this happening live? Where is this?" So, well, actually, I want to say G Motors dated somebody that thought Cops was real. Like, thought it was like, what I'm saying, like happening, like it was a live broadcast.
Oh,
or
like
something.
live right then and there.
Yeah. So, but I remember him telling that story at one point. Anyway, so my brother and I came up with this story.
Mm-hmm.
We were
It's a whole
inspired.
backdrop to it.
We're inspired by this gay man, and here, it's gays and ghosts,
Gays and ghosts.
and basically we figure what it was because I was like, wow, it's got to be tough because I bet you he's probably the only gay man in that town. So if he's known as being the only gay man in the town, either he's ostracized, like that faggot lives at,
Or he's the one that they let alone because of being the only
like
gay
he
guy.
gets a fag pass. But now if
Right.
other faggots come in, then there's trouble.
Right.
But we don't want your outside kind down in here. So anyway, we thought, well, God, it must be tough because if you're a fag and you love men, then where are you going to get men to fuck? So then we thought about it. We were like, you know what? Maybe there's a ghost.
A gay ghost?
A gay ghost, yeah, male ghost that falls in love with him.
And slides him to Casper?
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
Casper up the Asper?
Here's the thing. Because the ghost is kind of pissed off and resentful of the guy because he's still alive. And this ghost is thinking, why didn't I find him before he died or before I died?
All right.
Now he wants the guy to die because he wants to be able to be with him.
Wants to ghostly penetrate him.
Yeah, he could still do it, I guess. But the thing is, they want to be in the same form so they can, rub vapors together or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what it would be. Basically, the ghost is his gay ghost boyfriend. And he's waiting for him to die so he can pound him in the ass.
Right.
And I think we called it Hans Wants a Schwanz to the Tons.
Wow. You guys really thought about it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, so we did the opera. Then we went out to the desert and had a bonfire. That was fucking cool. And we cooked hot dogs and hamburgers.
Right.
And drank. Well, my brother didn't drink, but his girlfriend and I did. So
right.
we were drinking and having fun and eating hamburgers and hot dogs and listening to music and, just chilling.
Right.
So, although there's a fuckload of bugs around there, I got to say that shit. They're all these little fucking flying little.
There's a lot of them out anymore.
Well, out there, it's really, really bad. They're all over. So we even had them in the room. There was flies and gnats and shit in the lights.
Right.
So, yeah, but it was fun. And I guess my whole point with this whole thing is, damn, I like to. I wonder why there's always that apprehension at first,
right?
Because there was for me, when he had asked me to go, I wanted to go, but then there was a part of me that was like, well, I don't know, man, it might be some bullshit, And then when I went, and I had a good time, and it's like I keep getting reminded every time that when I go out and do things, I have fun. So why not get out and have some fun? You know what I'm saying? So actually, and what I was saying when I was talking about something I was supposed to do. Oh, I have to work next weekend.
Right.
So not only do I not get to go to my brother's girlfriend's son's thing, but also a guy on Facebook. I'd say he's an acquaintance. I knew him from high school, and we sort of kind of stayed in touch via Facebook. And I've seen him. He was at UNLV when I was at UNLV and whatever, and we talked whenever. So he's having his 40th birthday party next Friday night.
Wow, I wish I was 40.
I'll be 40 soon. So, but it's, he's having this 40th birthday party, and he's inviting, he did a event invite. And originally I clicked yes because I wanted to go. But then I'm looking at the calendar at work. I'm like, son of a bitch, I got to work. So now I want to go out and do things, and fucking shit's in the way. You know what I'm saying? So, like the one motherfucking weekend. Well, actually, I had to work last weekend too, but this one weekend, that I want to go out and, do some shit, maybe do something different.
Right.
That's the thing too, just doing some different shit, breaking the monotony, and, because I have fun every time I go do it,
Well, as long as you're having fun, right? That's the whole
Yeah,
fucking thing.
Well, that's it. It's not painful. It's not, sometimes you get little bullshit that happens, obviously, but I think it's like, okay, a little bullshit. Am I bleeding from the head? Am I dying, because of it? No. It's just little shit that, sometimes may happen while you're out.
Sure.
But doesn't mean you don't go out and live your life and do things and have fun. So anyway, I'm trying to, I know I was talking about that last year, that I'm trying to get more into that and,
Yeah, you talked about it.
Again, well, I think I did a little more stuff last year than I did, would normally do,
right.
I think. So I'm trying to, experience new shit. When people invite me to stuff, I want to go to it. If I can.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of back in the day, remember I used to turn shit down and
I did a lot of it too, remember?
Yeah, that's true. There's still some turning down I do, but it's because of other things like I said, having to work or, So I'm telling you, if I didn't have to work Saturday morning, I would go to his birthday party, but unfortunately.
Well, I'm talking about that. I just been invited to one tomorrow night.
Yeah, you got something you're doing. You're like, oh, fuck, I was it. Well, even that, I could sense a little apprehension in you. Like, oh,
well, yeah,
man.
well, it's because I'm tired, and me and Danielle planned on kind of doing something solely to ourselves.
Coupley.
Yeah, something coupley. Yeah, we don't really get a lot of time to do that. And, because after I'm done here late at night, like I said, I told you, we go to her house. Or I go home or whatever, but whatever it is, it's usually late at night. It's just enough time to fucking do whatever you're going to do. And if you're a couple, have that little bit of fun. You pass the fuck out, wake up early in the morning. She has kids to take to school, or I have to rush here, and it's over.
Sounds like a pretty cool relationship. Although, I guess if you really care about the person, you want to be
Yeah, we want to spend more quality time together. Not that we don't.
Right.
But we want to spend time to talk and just kick back and, build that bond even stronger.
Shit, well, that's cool. Because I'm thinking about some of my nut buckety relationships.
Right.
It's like, bitch, I just want to see you. I want to toss off in your face, and then I want to send you home, and
right.
Fuck it. So, but yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Where you want to do more stuff with them outside of just going to the house and chilling and hanging out and fucking going, hey, honey, want to go outside and have a cigarette? All right, now we're going to come back in. Now we're going to lay in bed. And then I'm going to rub my fucking cock against you, and then I'm going to get hard, and I'm going to fuck you. And
right. And that's a perfect relationship right there.
There you go. So yeah, and you're right. You can kind of, if it stagnates, you can ruin it.
Yeah, you can. And I mean, it's not that we're seeing it ruin. It's just we want to get out and enjoy each other time a little more.
Well, that's it, and there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know, it's just taking some shit.
So, but
keeping it
instead,
interesting.
tomorrow night we're going to Club Light to celebrate with the number one photographer of Playboy magazine.
Wow, yeah, and I know you told me how she's not really keen on it because of the type of people that go.
It's not. No, it's. Yeah, it's.
I mean, I understand.
If you're not used to it, you're not used to it. You know.
Well, I definitely understand because when I go to some of these networking things, you know, I don't like half the motherfuckers that are there.
Right.
But I have to go. It's my job. You know what I'm saying? So, there's some people, I swear to God, there was somebody that I saw, matter of fact, Saturday at this event I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And, God, this lady could not have been any faker. I was just like, ooh, you're making me sick. Oh, thanks for coming. Really happy you could. I'm just like, really?
Don't overdo it.
Yeah. Do you have to, why? Why do you have to, do you feel the need to do this to me? You're not going to make an impression either way.
Right.
It's just like, just stop. But I guess some people are just so, that's just them.
And that's just their personality.
They're just fake.
They're just that way.
They don't have a real emotion in their fucking repertoire at all. Or a real thought. And everything is programmed pretty much. They're a program. Wow, imagine that. If you're a program personality and that's like, what if you had no real emotions that were yours for real, or no real thoughts that were yours,
right?
And you just went and acted this way because you thought that's what you got to do, that's the way you got to be to get to where you need to go. So, man, those people got to be fucking miserable.
Some of them aren't.
Some of them are very miserable.
Yeah, some are super. Yeah, some are totally miserable, but some are not.
Yeah, I guess some are happy being that way. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, for me, I
for you can't see that. For them, it's a normal everyday thing. They're just, they
just jumped on board and
they're sociopaths.
Wow.
They have real no personality. They just snap into place when needed.
Damn. Wow. You just wonder because everybody's got a, like Billy Joel said, we all have a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
We all have a side to us that nobody sees. So I would just like to see what their personal life would be like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They've got to be, they can't be that way around their husbands or kids or whatever, or wives or, whatever. It's like, okay, at some point, the fake shit's got to turn off. Mm-hmm. And what do you really like? What's your shell, your raw inner self? What do you like?
Well, the problem is no one probably ever sees that.
Is there even one?
That's I'm sure there is.
I'm wondering, do they even have that maybe?
But like I said, no one probably sees it. They probably don't do it until nobody's around. They probably break down and cry and do all kinds of fucked up shit.
That's true.
Maybe kill goldfish or I don't know.
That's true because they're so goddamn miserable.
Yeah, they're miserable and they're.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
I'm getting sick of this sign. Jesus, it's a little cockeyed again. I'm gonna have to fix this.
Which the all talk sign?
Yeah, it's just a little bit off, and it just bothers me. Not that nobody's really going to be looking at it going, wow, but just that little bit of I got an OCD of certain things.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm that way. Certain shit. If it's not perfect
and it looks nice, it's just I can see that the way the angle is cut, that there's a little more white in one spot that shouldn't be there.
Little feng shui shit going on.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the toilet paper. Some people like to have it over. Some people like to have it under. So,
I want to talk to you about something I just saw pass by on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen this before, but I want your opinion on this. Now,
all right.
They have this new bikini out for men.
Ugh.
Now, what it is it's called, it's the Man Sexy Black Swimwear Bulge Pouch. It's the new bikini. Now, what it is it's a bag, pretty much, that you wrap under your fucking nuts and put your dick in it and tie it around it. That's what you wear.
The fuck? Why would you? See, the problem with swim trunks is they expose your fucking hard-ons as it is. So, you don't want to give yourself away every time.
But you can see it's wrapped, it's pulled under his taint. So his taint's being pulled up.
Ow.
Because you took it and you tie it tight. It's like a bag of marbles. You put your dick in your balls and his bag and just tie around it and tie it tight.
I bet you that thing's going to be the cause of much impotence
I'm sure.
in the future.
But why would someone want to? That's not a bathing suit.
That's gay as fuck. I mean, there's something wrong. Why? Okay, first of all, I would First of all, saying male bikini in general, I'm not going to wear some shit like that anyway.
Right.
You know, because I'm a man. I don't.
And I'm sure there's a lot of us out there that thank you for that.
Yeah.
Me being one.
Yeah, and I'll be glad to oblige you because fuck that. And number fucking 2, I'm not going to wear something that's going to choke my balls up into my throat, you know, and, have it.
Well, these will actually pull your scrotum away from you.
Oh, wow. Why?
It's like taking your whole fist and then putting it in this bag,
Stretching
this sack. No, putting it in a sack and then tying something around your wrist.
Yeah, like I said, aren't you cutting off circulation? Aren't you doing?
Yeah, it looks like it would be.
Fuck that. Man, and what's it? I mean, what? Why would you even want to wear that? Who the fuck wants to? Was that some shit to like more shit? They call it the Great Castrati. You know, where you want to castrate yourself. Like, I'm a man. I feel so. I shouldn't be a man. I feel ashamed. You know, for men that are ashamed to be a man. You know, the ones that shave every part of their fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and don't like the fact that they're a man and think that they're evil and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, be a man. Fucking just be a man. You know, what's wrong with being heterosexual?
Because it's being changed. It's not. I mean, you shouldn't have hair on your body now. You should have a 6-pack. You should look feminine. This is really what they mostly want. And I mean, thank God mine doesn't, because I'm not feminine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a man. I'm born a man. I'm gonna die a man.
I could not shave my entire body. I got too much hair.
Fuck that.
I'm not gonna shave my entire fucking body and work out with the 6-pack abs and all that just to maintain someone because that's the way they want me to look.
No, fuck that. I mean, it was a big step enough for me to start shaving my balls.
Yeah.
You know, but once
I shave mine, that's something I do, but I do it in a certain way, because if not, I would have a big fucking bullseye look in there, you know? I got hair everywhere else, so if I'm going to fucking shave a big fucking circle around my junk, it's going to look fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, I do shave my shit up, and it's clean shaven, but it's okay. It looks all right because I've got plenty of other hair around it, so, I'm good. But I'm not shaving my chest or my stomach or my back.
God, I couldn't shave my chest. Oh my God, I would be doing it all the time. I'd be itching like crazy.
Oh, that's gross. That's
bad. It's just not something I'm going to do.
You know, sometimes I'll shave the little handle back here. You know, where I got the little hair handle on either side of my fucking my neck here. But I'll shave that. But other than that, I'm not shaving my legs or my toes or fucking other weird shit. I'm a man. I'm hairy. That's just what I do. I'm not going to be, I'm a fucking fashionista, faginista, fembotroid.
Which is kind of weird because you remember how we always talked about the fashionistas.
Yeah.
This word came out of nowhere all of a sudden.
Horrible word.
I know. It doesn't even roll right. It doesn't even feel right saying it.
Every time I
fashionista, you almost feel like you have to have that gay list just to say it.
Yeah, I can't say fashionista.
You almost feel like you have to have it.
Oh yeah, I can't say that as a heterosexual. I'd be like, fashionista.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound right. It's more like fashionista. I got to put the fag lisp into it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that shit is annoying. They want us to be feminine.
Right.
Maybe more population control. I don't know. We want a world full of faggots. I never understood that either. I was like, well, why are we going towards that? Is it just
it's a world of all being the same. Nobody's different. They want everybody to be the same.
Just androgynous
Don't have a personality. Don't have a sexuality. Don't have an opinion. Don't have nothing like that. That's pretty much the way it's all going.
Fuck all that, man. I'm gonna be. Well, I guess I'm a rebel.
You're a rebel.
That's what it is. I'm that asshole.
And is that the first time you've ever heard that, or?
Nah, not really.
How do you feel about being an asshole?
I'm kind of
okay
proud.
with it?
Yeah, I'd rather be an asshole than an asswipe.
That's right.
It works out
because
better
that's
for me.
getting shitty.
Yeah, Yeah, an asswipe gets covered in shit. An
That's
asshole
right.
gets rid of shit.
He gets rid of shit.
So at least I get it out of
you
me.
You take the shit out.
Yep, shit's gone once I'm done with it. As opposed to an asswipe gets run through the shit and covered in it.
And continuously has shit on them.
Yeah, and they love to get shit on.
Mm-hmm.
So basically you're human toilet paper.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's what you love. That's the life you like to live. So, yeah. I can't They got to be a man, man.
You have to be?
Yeah, that's the way it's got to be.
I see how you feel about it now, so you should be a man.
I'm a man. I am a man.
You should try to be a man as much as you can.
I will. I'll be manly.
So then that means you got to get that ball sack thing and wear it.
That's not being
That's for men, it said.
Yeah, doesn't mean, not my kind of, not the men I knew about. So, first of all, like I said, I wouldn't wear something called a bikini, period. You know, a man bikini, a woman, it doesn't matter. I'm not
remember
wearing...
they used to have Speedos for men.
Oh, yeah.
that was just bad. Bad idea.
Speedos. Then they had that's like saying a dress or a skirt. Next, they're going to have skirts for men, too.
They called kilts.
Kilts. Well, it's Scotland. That's what they do.
Right.
You know, that's their culture, whatever. But then they'll have high heels for men. You know, men will start.
That, I'm sure they do.
Men will start wearing makeup. Oh, wait till that starts happening.
What, men wear makeup? It's already happened.
Is it?
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of shit is that?
They're already wearing makeup.
What the fuck? Who guy wants to make his face up?
Some guy that wears makeup. But they are doing that. They have man makeup now.
Fuck all that. Put up makeup. Fuck. I feel like I just stepped out of a time machine.
Well, you pretty much...
I kind of have, huh?
Yeah, trust me. Like I said, this civilization will be lucky if we last another 2 fucking years.
Male makeup, huh?
Male makeup, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no thank you.
Makeup.
I'm cool. I'm good, man. But then now it's hip for guys to grow goatees now. What's up with that?
What the fuck? I've had a goatee for fucking ever since you know me, you bastard. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, but a lot of people are being trendy and trying to grow them now.
I don't know.
You know,
it's just phases. You know, they go through beers and they go through the clean shave, then you go through the just all rough with nothing but just stubble. You know, it's just whatever your choice is, I guess.
Well, I remember, you know, in the 90s when I started shaving my head. You know, everybody was like, "Oh, you should grow hair. Why are you shaving your head? Why are you doing it?"
Well, look at Don Johnson. He brought in the stubble look. I was already doing it before that because I was too lazy to shave.
Right. And for me, you know, I never care about that shit anyway. I just whatever works for me. I hate hair personally. You know, I think hair's a pain in the ass, and I feel sorry for anybody who's got to get up in the morning, you know, and make that part of their getting ready ritual.
Really?
You know, having to comb it, mousse it. Oh no, fuck all.
Well. You could say the same thing about Gary when he has to part the ass hairs to fuck you.
Yeah, here you go, bitches. We'll be right back.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts that you
Download Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that.
What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt.
Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund, we have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerkman. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We
free
know.
speech.
are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STEM radio show with the guy behind the mic. Is not actually blind, he just loves handouts. Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh yeah. Love handouts. Just gimme. Actually, see, and that's why I want to do this SMJ. Because I want to explain, there is a difference between being helpful and just straight up SMJ bullshit, So
there's a difference between all this.
There is. There really is.
And I'm trying to find your SMJ music because it just seems like it just disappeared. Here we go. Hang on a second. See if I can get this over here.
We're going to have a new SMJ music.
Fuck it. Here we go.
All right. You got it? Yeah.
I got it.
Got it. Hey, that's good,
I'm good,
man. All right.
You know what? Blind people have a certain scent to them. I don't know what the fuck it is. I think it's blinkiness.
Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from danger.
They're helpless.
Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from strangers.
I saved 3 of them yesterday.
What'd you say? I saved 3 of them?
Yeah.
Wow, 3 blind mice, huh? So, now, here's the thing. A lot of people think that if they're helping me, automatically it's considered an SMJ. No, there's a thing... because I always say, help when you're needed. And like today when I went with my assistant, the Kraken, to Panda Express, we ordered our food and everything. We're on separate tabs. So the woman behind the counter was actually really helpful. She was serving the food. Then she slid down with me and said, here, I'll run, I'll charge you. And she
slid down with you is what you said?
Slid down the counter, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Usually they stay at their station and do their serving shit. And then they let somebody else do the charge part and, the whole taking the money.
So she walked you through it?
She walked me through it, basically.
Oh, you're blind. She should help you.
And then...
You didn't have you had your assistant with you, though, right?
Yeah, but she still wanted to help, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. And she, said, hey, look, I'll take you to the table, get you set up. And she did. And that was actually very helpful. So she actually, as opposed to just a straight up SMJ, where somebody just comes over and starts forcing themselves on you when you don't need them, when you're perfectly capable of doing what you're doing, but in this case, it was actually necessary. So it was
necessary to help the blinky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here it is, the fast food situation. Panda Express is a little bit of a pain in the ass too. I mean, I'll usually go with somebody and they're willing to help, like if I go with G Motors or somebody else, but at the same time, it was just kind of cool to see her step in and go, okay, here, I'll walk you to your table. I'll get you a fork, get you napkins.
So it's not an SMJ when you want it.
Well, it isn't. No, it's being helpful. Because...
then how does someone with sight draw the line and know where?
Well, the thing is this. That's why you ask if someone would need help.
So you just tap a blinky on the shoulder, announce who you are because you guys can't see us.
And you know what? There's a guy on YouTube. I don't know if you ever watched his videos. Tommy Edison, the blind film critic. And I was watching some of his shit today, and actually he had one where he said it was like, how do you help a blind person? And like he said, watch them for a few minutes. If they look like they're going to have some trouble, then go over and ask if they need help. But don't just run over and fucking bombard them and start grabbing on them.
Don't assume instantly that because they're blind they need your help.
Right, or need weird things done, and you're just like, like, for instance, how drivers will fucking automatically drop the fucking wheelchair ramp. Obviously I'm not in a wheelchair.
But like we've said a billion times, we know people that do that.
But again, where does that originate? See, you and I don't agree on that part. I think sighted people built that.
No, because we know this one person specifically we're talking about, and she requested that to be done.
Yes, because you know why?
Don't say it was a sighted person that told her she needed it.
Yep, it was. That's exactly what fucking happened. Yeah.
How do you know for a fact?
Well, I know somebody that went over to her house, and basically her mom holds her ashtray when she smokes a cigarette.
She holds her ashtray for her.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, but she wasn't always blind.
I think she may have been, wasn't she?
No.
Well, either way.
No, she has grown accustomed to people doing things for her, and she's used her blindness as an excuse to.
Because she thinks like a sighted person. She got that from being sighted. People love to milk the fuck out of the fact they have a new disability, or not just sighted people, but
I was going to say, fuck you, motherfucker.
Just non-disabled people. They like it. How many times do we hear, "You're lucky, man. You got a bus that drives you around. You're lucky, dude. You got audiobooks to listen to." So that ignorant bullshit, you hear that all the time. So that's, leads me to believe that originates from sighted people.
But see, that leads you to believe that.
Or non-disabled people, sorry.
I was going to say, because it has nothing to do with being sighted.
No, it's not just sighted. When I say sight, I'm just speaking from a blind person's perspective. So,
right.
But I mean,
and you've never had sight, so
No.
for you, it looks totally different than it would from somebody that's been recently disabled and been blinded or whatever you want to say.
And I said a few weeks ago that I hate when people make a spectacle out of me in a restaurant and go, "Do you have a Braille menu? He's blind. Blind guy here. Blind guy in the restaurant. Braille menus, please. Can I see a manager?" And they fucking carry on and do their whole bullshit.
You got her laughing.
That's what they do, though. There are people, when I was up in Carson
Well, keep
City,
in mind, now, with you saying that, there is probably some blind people that went in there and have sued them for not offering it up right away.
Well, but here's the thing. When sighties start doing that shit, it scares the restaurant, too. Do you have a menu for my blind friend here?
But that's what I'm saying.
Blind
So
friend, Jesus, you
people
saw it,
are
didn't you?
thinking, well, they don't want to be disrespectful. They think if you're, okay, if we're all sitting around and we can see the menu and nobody's telling you what the fuck's on it, then you're going to be like, what am I eating? Where am I at?
Well, but guess what? I'm assertive enough to go, "Can you tell me what's on the menu?"
But see,
I do that.
That's courtesy for someone to say, hey, get this man a menu too. Why?
How about if I
we shouldn't
want
have to wait for him to ask
How
us.
about if I want that Braille menu? Or, okay, then the staff should be proactive and be like, "Oh, sorry,
Well, that's
sir."
what I'm saying. That's the staff should be doing it,
But
right?
this
But if
wasn't
they
that.
don't know,
These were people I was
keep
with.
in mind, now this is you. You don't look blind as much as someone else may.
Okay, but at the same time, I don't need my sighted friend making a fucking spectacle of me going,
Well, that's because they're assholes. I mean,
well, that's it. They think they're helping. There's an SMJ.
Right.
When you think you're helping, but you're aggravating the situation. And that's what some of these people do, because they make a big spectacle of you. And I got a blind friend here. Just so y'all know, I took the day and did my community service and hung out with the blind guy. So, hey, I got a blind friend here. Everybody, Jesus, you saw that too, didn't you? So,
was Jesus there?
Well, of course, Jesus is everywhere. He takes the wheel, don't you know?
Huh. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, so, they want to make sure.
So if the fucker's there, why don't he just give you sight at least long enough to look at the goddamn menu?
Well, no. Those people got to get Jesus points, because Jesus wants to see.
Well, that's what I'm
are
saying.
they really ready for heaven?
So he's sitting off the side going, okay, mark good check there. He got him a fucking Braille menu.
Because you're not going to know if that guy's
So
a
then,
good
all
guy.
right. So then they're doing what they're supposed to do according to the gospel of Jesus.
Well, yeah, according to their Jesus
right.
McBullshit.
That's what I'm saying. So.
So, but yeah, that's the thing where, somebody makes a fucking stupid ass spectacle of you. But I just thought it was really cool that woman came from behind the counter and helped me. Because I'm telling you, I don't shun all help. You know that.
Oh, no.
I need help sometimes.
You always ask me to hold your penis while you're peeing, and I refuse to do it.
Well, you do it with your mouth.
No, I don't.
So that's the story there. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm people just they try to help.
Keep in mind, people come from all different walks of life. People come from all different ways of thinking. So,
well, there's nothing wrong with asking.
That's what I'm
you to
saying.
help.
So,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
and people are a little jumpy nowadays. I mean,
Pulling
everybody's
people
suing over everything. Everybody's whining and pissing, bitching and moaning about everything.
But my thing is when they've already assumed that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm this overconfident, incompetent blind guy.
Like I said, how many places have probably been sued because a blind person has walked in and sat down. The restaurant people or the workers, waitresses, whatever, waiters did not know they were blind, and then were sued later for discrimination against disabled. Yeah, and so it goes both fucking ways.
I mean, I understand. Like I said, it's just funny. Just like
it's a fucked up world. Let's just admit it.
It just seems like medical places and places where you think that deal with blind people and disabilities. You get better treatment at fucking Panda Express. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Like those people over there at the Bureau of Service. This lady didn't talk to me like I was a 2-year-old. She simply knew that I was a man that needed assistance.
Right.
So she helped me to the table.
So it's the talking down part and stuff that pisses you off the most,
yes,
pretty much.
Exactly. The talking down and assuming. You know what I'm saying? Right away, when they talk down and when they assume and start grabbing shit, You know, when you're going, dude, I got it. No, you know you don't. No, you don't. Listen.
Well, when they're
you don't know
forcing
what
themselves on you and you've already told them you've got it, then that's unnecessary.
But then, of course, somebody could make the same argument. How many people have sued because somebody didn't Jesusify and help them?
And that is true.
You know?
Exactly right.
So, I mean, but in my case, you know, when I tell you I've got it, like, okay, I've had paratransit
They should back
drivers.
off.
Yes, exactly. But see, they don't,
can't, because if you don't have it, and you say you've got it, and something happens, they're responsible because the responsibility is put onto them.
But obviously, if you see somebody having difficulty but yet saying they got it,
But that's what I'm saying.
better.
You can't know better, because there could be somebody out there that thinks they have something. Once you are in their care, which is pretty much what it's considered,
Right.
they are responsible for you. Like that night that we actually went out when you were on that thing and they would not let you out. They were responsible to deliver you from point A to point B. If you got off anywhere in between there and something happened to you, they are the ones that get sued.
Yeah, but guess what? You're an adult.
It doesn't matter.
You're not a child.
Once you're disabled, you've taken on that responsibility. Once you've jumped in that bus, you've assumed the rights and the regulations of what they go by.
But here's the thing. That keeping me on the bus. Remember, I told you I saw that driver about a year later.
Yeah.
And he told me, he goes, you know what? He's like, I'm married to a police officer. And I told her about the situation. And she gave me a bunch of shit because what I was doing was false imprisonment.
But see, that's it. So which way do you go?
Well, there you go. You know, if the person's and I know
you could be a prick ass dumb shit and step off that bus saying, "Look, I'm a fucking adult and I can do what I step off that bus, fall off and hit yourself, and then turn around and some scumball lawyer come up and say, "Okay, we're going to sue your ass now. He should not have been taken off the bus." Even if you ask them, they assume the responsibility of taking you from point A to point B. If they did not deliver you to point B and you took on that same thing when you got on the bus. And I was even out there bitching with you that night saying this is ridiculous. But in a way, it's not. There's too many people willing to sue over anything. And if you were one of those dirt fucks that would say, oh, look, I can cash in off of this now just because I made bitch, pissed, and moan, but they still shouldn't have let me have my way.
Well, we could turn it the other way. I could sue them for false imprisonment. Oh, you kept me against my will on a bus that I didn't want to be on.
Well, it depends on what their rules and regulations are for you riding that bus.
Actually, here's what from what I understand, here are the rules and regulations. If the passenger asks to be let off, like, for instance, there was a time when we picked a lady up, and I told that story, and she was pissed off because she wasn't going immediately home.
Right.
So she jumped on the phone to someone we think may have been the police and said, I'd like to report a kidnapping. I'm being kidnapped by the RTC.
Right.
And so right away the driver said, ma'am, I can let you off if you don't want to be on this bus. So that is a rule. I do know that they
okay,
can actually...
so think about it this way. Supposing you would have gotten off the bus that night, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, it was set in the street. It was off to the side a little bit. You could have gotten down, gotten off, up onto the curb, and walked.
Sure.
But you truly did not know where you were at that point.
No, but you were right there.
But I understand that. But if it would have been a case that I was not there, you wouldn't have known exactly where you were. What if you would have stepped off of that, not realizing that you were still walking into a parking lot? Some drunk son of a bitch comes by, kabam, kills you flat out fucking dead. You have no rights, no say so over anything anymore. Now all of a sudden, your family stands up and says, look, I want a wrongful death suit going on here because they shouldn't have left him off the fucking bus, not knowing where he was.
See, my family wouldn't do that.
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you could sue both. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that's what the attorney would suggest: suing the driver and also the fucking RTC for and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know. But here it was, you were there, and I wouldn't have wanted to get off the bus if you weren't there.
Right.
So that's the thing. I would have stayed on had you not shown up. But the fact that you were there.
But see, that would have been guessing to them that I was a responsible person. They don't know me from fucking Adam.
Well, but guess what?
I could have walked us both out in front of a fucking bus.
But I know you. I said, hey, jerk, man.
I understand that. Yeah.
So the fact that there's recognition there, you know, I'm not.
But once again, just because we have recognition and you know me, they don't know me.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I'm an adult. I'm not a child. If I could see if I was 15 or something, but I'm.
But see, that's it. That's it. They don't know you. They really, truly don't know you. Okay, supposing this is what happens. Look at my nephew. He's slow. I mean, he's obviously slow that you can tell. But there are people that are slower that you can't really tell as much, just like your blindness. People, unless they really truly look at you and watch you, don't really know you're blind. So what if the person was just slow but blind, and they thought that voice was somebody they knew? Well, they got off with a fucking stranger.
Right. Well,
now all of a sudden that person, and then the same scenario happens. Something happens to that person, they get killed. Now the family's like, hey, look, he was blind and a little bit slow. He thought everybody sounded like this fucking dude.
See, they gotta put some fucking caps on.
You just got to get used to the fact that it's it's not carte blanche. It's going to be a blanket coat for everybody.
Well, see, that's the problem. You know, I mean, I know. You know, it's the one size fits all, but see, that's the archaic bullshit that's been fucking this country up.
Well, and that's why the country's the way it is, because nothing separates its way out,
Well,
because
that's it.
everything simply goes by the fact that there are people out there that are ready to sue and willing to sue for everything and anything because they don't want to work, they want cash, and they want to hand it to them, and they really probably don't even give a shit if they're, you know, to them it would probably be like, oh, good, Blinky's dead, look, we cashed the fuck in.
But what's sick is this country caters to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they let it happen. We're letting it, you know, somebody needs to say, hey, wait a minute, man. Come on now. You're just taking advantage. You're being a piece of shit. You know, hell, you remember all the bullshit I went through with Social Security. You know, it was theft. I was this. I was that.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and it's like, wait a minute. Now I've gone from retarded blind guy to mastermind McCriminal. How the fuck did that happen?
Well, that's because it's easy to adjust. you know, everything is one size fits all until you don't want that size any longer, and then you just stretch the pants out or stretch the top out, and all of a sudden, it's the way you want it.
And on that note, bitches, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm GJ, gonna go party tomorrow night, Jerkman.
And that's the story there, bitches. See ya.
Show.